How are you, Leo? I hope you're well. Some of you feel like you're wearing a mask right now. You're getting in touch with who you truly are. I just heard something about an alias. Some of you have been maybe writing under a pen name or a pseudonym. Some of you may send or receive messages from someone that you don't know who they're from. I'm hearing that for very few of you. I think you're trying to get in touch with who you are. I think you're feeling a little timid right now. I think a part of you is kind of scrappy almost. Raccoons are just wonderful opportunists in the environment. They do run in packs for sure, but I think that you feel somewhat isolated when you would otherwise be a pack animal. A lot of messages are coming through about this raccoon. I also feel like you may feel as though you're being judged. And I can see with hummingbird in reverse, some of you may struggle to bypass a dung pile in some way. I also think you're maybe going to experience an inability to concentrate or focus. You may struggle to get things done. You may flit from thing to thing to thing to thing. That's okay. Like, especially if your human design is a manifestor generator, or if you've got some Aries in your chart, as long as you're dispersing your energy, but you may struggle to finish what you start. You may struggle to concentrate. You may be sampling a lot of things and nothing's really quite a good fit. I think you're trying to figure out who you are right now and struggling to show the world the real you when you would otherwise be so proud. Scorpio does touch on our shadow traits, right? I feel as though some of you need to pull some things out of shadow and integrate them into your whole self. I just heard Black Moon Lilith. Some of you, your Black Moon and Lilith placement and stuff that might be happening in your Neptune placement and in your 12th house are really working you hard, especially if Leo is your moon sign. Oh, okay. Wow, a lot came through. To illuminate this scenario, again, this is general. Some things may or may not resonate with you. Divorce, it's over. Seize the opportunity. Love. Spend some time together is at the bottom of the deck. You may be thinking about money and finances. Releasing something, you will feel vulnerable. Some of you have recently, or you're just thinking about it, or you will. Like with divorce, and this is pretty straightforward. Some of you have been through a divorce, or you're maybe even thinking about divorce and thinking something is over, thinking something could be over, so you could seize an opportunity for love. There is someone that you may want to spend time with. Keep in mind, things could be reversed. If you're not feeling this way about someone, someone may be feeling this way about you. You probably know who they are. Yeah, thinking about this quite a bit. Seizing the opportunity for love and how to do that. Your astrology activations are Pluto. I'm not surprised to see Pluto because it is Scorpio season and Scorpio is ruled by Mercury and Pluto. Pluto, Aquarius, Venus, fixed energy, which is you. Aquarius, to thine own self be true. Pluto is a balance of power. You or someone close to you may be engaging in power plays, simply refuse to take part. And this is really important, Leo, because you are the lion and you are just naturally walking around powerful people. You are a fixed fire sign. Hi, I'm Leo. You can call me Mufasa on Wednesdays. Like, that's Leo. You are so powerful. And I noticed that Leos actually can be pretty good at getting in touch with what subconsciously and unconsciously motivates them and drives them. There is a compulsive force within you that's triggering someone else or them you. There may be power plays. Try to refuse to take part. You guys are usually really good at that because your strength. You're like the gentling influence in the HR department at all times. It may be a struggle. There's no one that sees the world quite the way you do right now. You may feel like you're the only person that sees things in a very unique way. You do have a unique voice. You do have a one-of-a-kind style. This cannot be stifled, Leo. If you stifle a Leo, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. You don't deal with that well. Other signs actually deal with suppression and oppression and falling in line better. You guys are good at maintaining, but not at the expense of being able to express. You're being reminded to express, but there is this balance of power. Someone might not be allowing you to be your true self. You could simply be dealing with an Aquarius. With Venus retrograde up for review, reevaluate your relationships, both personal and professional. Re-envision works of art. I would do some art therapy right now, even if you're not a creative person, because Leos love to create things that they're proud of, that make them happy and satisfied. So there's something that does need to be re-envisioned. I would work through it in a creative way at this time. But apparently, a lot of your relationships in the material plane, which Venus rules, need to be reevaluated. I think you're reevaluating a lot of things. I think you'd like to be somewhere where you can concentrate on something and actually get where you're going and maintain something, and you get to be your real self. But at the bottom of the deck, we have fixed energy, which is your energy, but it's in reverse. An adjustment is required. This is no time to give up or do an about face. You may need to refine your approach. I think I see what's happening here. Some of you are quite literally thinking about blowing it all apart and seizing an opportunity to do something you really love. Think outside the box. That might not have anything to do with romance. It could be about life path or career. But it's like, I don't know. I hear you guys saying, I don't know that I want to just say this is over so I can seize an opportunity for love. I need to reevaluate everything. If you can just let me be myself and we stop doing these power plays and we refine the approach, I don't have to give up or do an about face. I also see Mercury down here too. Rethink, redo, reimagine. Yeah, it's kind of like you have a choice to either blow something all apart, walk away and seize a different opportunity, or you can kind of fine tune to an approach to something that you may have invested quite a bit in. Some of you, though, have gone through a divorce and you want to seize opportunities for love, but you just need to reevaluate and re-envision yourself in all those scenarios. Believe it or not, Raccoon does want you to be yourself, and Hummingbird wants you to go on a very long journey to get back to the real you. That's what hummingbirds do. They migrate. And that might be a struggle for you right now. They wanted me to do a Celtic cross, and they wanted me to clarify the shit out of it. We got quite a few court cards, and you showed up. The overall energy of the reading is the Three of Cups in reverse. Your catalyst or challenge is the Five of Cups in reverse. What's driving you and in your past is the Ten of Swords. Recent past or deep within the King of Swords. What you're thinking about all the time is the Four of Cups. Your main action is the Eight of Pentacles. So kind of minding your own business right now. You see yourself as the Knight of Pentacles. In your environment, though, is forward motion with the Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Someone might be waiting on you, waiting to hear from you in your hidden factor. The way you're going to feel is the Page of Cups, and the final outcome is Judgment. But we've got the Hangman. We've got the Hangman. Did some of you recently get out of a third-party situation, or perhaps there's been kind of a separation between yourself and someone? I'm also hearing that some of you are kind of on the outs with a close friend. This friend may be female. The two of you sometimes butt heads. This person may be an Aquarius or an air sign, but not necessarily. So, Lightseer's Tarot, the overall energy for the middle of the month is the Three of Cups, and the catalyst or the challenge is the Five of Cups. Both are in reverse. This could indicate a third-party situation, or three as a crowd. There is a lack of getting together and feeling a sense of creativity. You may feel like you're better at being your own best buddy right now. I also think you're trying to learn lessons of independence. You might not feel like you entirely fit in. You may feel somewhat reclusive. Some of you also may feel like you're not being invited to join in, although I struggle to believe that because most of the time you guys are the life of the party. This has been disappointing, but you're tired of crying over spilled milk. You really are. It's like you could mope about this, but you're trying to get back to... two cups may have spilled and you want to get back to these three cups. You want to get back to friends. You want to get back to collaborations. You want to get back to feeling close and part of a little tight-knit something. That might not be something that you feel comfortable with right now. Again, for romance, it could have been a third-party situation or just learning the lessons of independence, which can be hard for a fixed sign because everybody leans on you. You are our foundation, after all. I wanted to know why, so I clarified. Queen of Swords, Three of Wands, and Queen of Wands. Again, this could be a friend that you're separated from, that you're on the outs with. This person could be an air sign because here you are. I also think that some of you are just in a place right now where you might feel almost kind of robotic. The Queen of Swords does look a little numb at the moment. I'm a Queen of Swords, so I think you're spending a lot of time in your head. I think you're trying to be very direct and have very clear boundaries, not only with others, but yourself. I think that you are trying to come up with a solution because queens create an environment and kings sustain it. And she's coming up with answers. She's being very direct. I almost get the sense that you're dealing with something, whether you want to or not, but you're really thinking about the future and being able to get back to your old self. Some of you are in a situation that doesn't thrill you, but you're handling it and you're handling it well. I think you're struggling to open up. I think you're looking forward to very soon feeling like yourself again. You know, the Queen of Wands, it's not what is she doing, it's what she's not doing. She scatters her energy. She's so magnetic and powerful and sexy and charming. I feel like this is a present you looking at a future you that feels so much better than you do right now. Again, this could be someone else in your environment, though, watching from afar to a degree. They may be the ones that are sad. Again, this could be a person around you. But I feel like that's what you really want, is to get back to like that fiery part of you. But in the deep past, deep past could be a year ago. Time is fluid. This is in a driving position. We have the Ten of Swords. It is always darkest before the dawn, but some of you will be recalling something very painful. Clarifying, this is the Moon, Pisces or Cancer, the Ace of Cups, and the Hangman again. Hangman twice. I think some of you are really in the middle of the lesson of radical acceptance, and also with the Moon, like really getting in touch with your deeper emotions. You may have a reactivation of a pain. I think some of you in the deep past experienced something maybe several times in a row that was very painful, and it makes it hard for you to be clear about what you want in love. Whether you were just dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. I think that there could have been a painful situation where you thought there could be love, but there was not enough clarity. There was quite a bit of illusion, actually, and a confusion. So emotional, but things were not as they seemed at the time. There could have been love. I think you just sort of have suspended yourself right here with that. I think you're seeing things for what they really were, learning how to let things go, learning how to let things flow towards you as well. The Hangman is not struggling. He's trying to get into alignment with his soul and spirit. This has all been hard for you. Recent past or deep within, we have a King. So some of you have some masculine energy inside of you that's pulling out. Of course, this could be a person around you. For my masculine Leos, this could be you. What's her face is waiting to spend time with you again. It hurt. She's trying to move on too, but that's not fun if it's someone around you, a feminine around you. But we got this King of Swords here. There could have been a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I really love this King of Swords. He's very handsome. He looks very smart and very thoughtful, kind of lost in thought. Clarifying, this is the Chariot, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Cups. You could have spent time with this person recently. You would like to see them. You would like to I feel like this is moving towards them. I just heard that for some of you, this is a family member or a friend that would love to see you. This might do you a world of good. If it's a friend, it's a smart friend, he could give you very good advice. It could be a romantic interest, though. You're thinking about putting your head together with this person. You can really talk to them. You may be thinking about traveling with them, or you did. This could have been a long distance thing because the Chariot is here with the Three of Wands and the World. And what you're going to be thinking about all the time is the Four of Cups. Wah, wah. This poor girl, she's like Goldilocks. She ate her 3 bowls of porridge and someone else is handing her a new one. Taste the rainbow. And you're like, meh. Some of you feel like nothing's really good enough right now. Lost in thought and distracted. You may feel like nothing's really doing it for you right now. You want an emotional stability for sure, because 4s are a foundation. There's this cup that's being offered to you where you're thinking about, you can't get it off your mind, but yet you cannot take it or you will not take it. You finish these 3 and you're like, I just don't know what I really want right now. Clarifying this, some of you have air in your chart. As an air sign, all I could say is, I'm terribly sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel you. I really do. The 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. It's like you know what you want. I think you might feel a little guilty about what you want. I think you feel like you can't really be yourself. Tiptoeing around. Some of you are experiencing a little bit of imposter syndrome, feeling insecure, maybe feeling guilty. It might all be in your head, but the 8 of Swords suggests that you have beliefs about yourself that limit you and trap you in your mind. This is keeping you from that Leo fire creativity and pleasure and play and leisure. And it's like you know what you want, but you might be afraid to admit it. And I think you just feel like you don't know how to get it either with the 8 of Swords. I just heard a puzzle that I can't solve. It's like, ugh. That's what you're thinking about. Like, what do I want? I'd really have to act upon my own behalf here if I actually went for what I want, if I even knew what I wanted. Oh my God, that stresses me out and gets me all wound up in my head. And yet I know what the truth is. Or the truth is difficult to accept and see. The truth is difficult to accept and see. It might make you mad. You might not like what a truth is. You may be accepting a truth, like truly accepting it. That kind of sucks to accept. I've been there. That's tough. Your main action, though, is the 8 of Pentacles. Well, I think you're going to try to mind your own business and focus on your everyday life. I do think you wonder if people around you are talking about you a little bit to a degree, maybe. I also think it's a time to be very observant. Leo, you may pick up on things that other people are missing while they think you're busy doing something. You're actually not. You're looking, you hear it, you know. You may work around a person that something weird is going around with, but you are just focused on what you're doing, working on it. Work, daily life, the grind is what I'm hearing. Yes, we practice something to a level of perfection, but I think you're kind of going through the motions of your everyday life. You will be productive. I'm like, well, they're going to be productive. But watch out for being a workaholic right now, too, because underneath this is something difficult. Here's the 10 of Swords again, the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Okay, some of you really need some space for sure. You may be very challenged by other people. You may feel like others may be somewhat against you, feeling a little overwhelmed for sure, and not wanting to be challenged. And the 10 of Swords, it hurts. You may notice someone around you like this. They push you away. Maybe you push them away. I hear that some of you do that Leo thing where when the lion gets injured, it just goes into the cave by itself to heal. You may be kind of a loner right now. And I think that you struggle to open up and tell others about it, you know, with Raccoon. And I mean, this is all pretty serious. Like divorce, it's over, season opportunity for love. But you might not quite be ready either. You see yourself as the Knight of Pentacles. Well, again, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Make sure you schedule yourself in. This guy is the proverbial workhorse of the minor arcana. You're going to be productive. You're going to show up every day. What you see is what you get with that Knight of Pentacles. Watch out for expecting perfection out of yourself. You will be slow and productive. I also don't think you're going to step outside of a comfort zone. The Knight of Pentacles stays close to the castle. He's not like the other knights that go off on a grand quest. Staying inside a safe zone. Leaving a trail behind you wherever you go so you know how to get back. Clarifying this is the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles again. What do I do? Some of you are thinking about doing something here. I think you're trying to move on. I think you don't want any drama or chaos at the moment. Slowly moving on from something, but you're still like, well, what do I do here? But you're still kind of, I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is almost holding itself back. I hear that you're healing from something, so you need a good, steady, predictable routine. It may feel mundane and boring. I do see you're kind of busy too with the Eight and Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, but you do, I think you feel like you need to make some kind of a practical decision. You may struggle to let go of the past and you're still not quite sure where to go moving forward, but you are moving forward slowly. Slow and steady wins the race for you right now. Hidden factors that support you or around you that you may not be aware of. I let 3 cards drop. The Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. That's you, I think. You could have a Cancer as well, someone with Cancer. I clarified this and I got the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you are really waiting for something. You very much would like forward motion. If you're patient and the GPS of your soul is turned on, you could really get back in touch with yourself again. Some of you see yourself as like entrepreneurs or working for yourself. You'd like to develop a skill that would create a lot of forward motion. I just heard something about someone who does like traveling, like botany, herbalism, gardening. You want to travel for work. You're disappointed and you hold back. If this is someone around you, Leo, they very much put you up on a pedestal. They wait for a time that they could spend with you. They're disappointed about something, the way something's gone down. They may miss you. They may have a possession that belongs to you. You excite them. Yeah, they kind of mope about you for sure. They may have something that belongs to you that they will not give back. Or they hold back. Like you, this person is worried about stability. They have kind of a miser mindset. They may be somewhat possessive of you as well. I kind of get the sense that they'd like to see you again, or that you'd like to see them again. Again, some of you, don't hold yourself back if you're afraid to invest. You only need to invest a little bit. If you miss an opportunity, keep moving forward, be patient. Something could come through to fruition for you. The way you're going to be feeling, though, is the Page of Cups. You want to open up to something. You may feel as though you would like to apologize to someone, or you would like to open up your heart in some way. The Page of Cups is usually good news. When I clarified this, I got the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Wands. There's your energy, but then the Seven of Pentacles again. There's a lot of knights on the table. So there could be a lot of different actions or wanting action. I think you're frustrated. I think you want to open up and explore new ideas that tickle your little heart chakra. I think you might be doing a little bit of daydreaming and fantasizing, but there's nothing wrong with that as long as you lasso it with a little bit of Saturn energy and think about dreams that can be made real. I think you're a little overwhelmed and confused about what you'd like to explore next. You don't want to rush into anything. But I do think that you have this rebellious pent-up energy, and it's like you're waiting for something to happen here. Waiting for something to happen. You might be waiting to hear from someone, waiting to be able to open up in some way emotionally. This could also surround a child with the Page of Cups. It's like you want to be able to explore something from the heart and immediately get into like a passion project, but you just keep doing what you're doing right now, waiting for something to happen and thinking about these other opportunities or thinking about an opportunity with a person. But then we come down to judgment and I'm like, yep, it's definitely Scorpio season for Leo. Judgment. You're at a major crossroads. You are hearing an inner calling. I do feel as though your soul wants to be set free. Watch out for judging yourself too harshly or listening too much to the judgment of others. I feel as though you guys are getting to some kind of a major crossroads in your life. And the choice that you make is a big one. And the choice that you make this is a 20-year card for me because it is number 20 and it could affect the next 20 years of your life. Clarifying this is the Knight of Cups, the World, and the 8 of Wands. Messages over the internet. I feel like this is a moment of judgment for you, which is, I always feel like the Knight of Cups in this deck is really pondering what he wants to pour his heart into. Knight of Cups can be a little idealistic, dreamy, even unrealistic, but it's so youthful and creative and beautiful. And you're like, what do I do with this cup? What do I do with this cup of love and this expression that I have? What do I want to do with it? Do I just want to drink it and go back home, or do I want to give it to somebody? This is like a big gesture. And then the World, moving into a new cycle, the 8 of Wands, and moving quickly. Some of you are thinking about messaging a person or sending out your arrows, just letting them fly. For some of you, this is like career where you're like, you know, I just heard something about laid off. Other people got laid off and you didn't. And this is really effing with your head, and you've stayed, but you want more and you want to relocate and you want to, some of you just might be like, what the hell? I only live once. I'm just going to get on LinkedIn and send out like 8 or more resumes because God damn it, I want to pour my heart into something. You want to pour your heart into something, and you are at that precipice, at that crossroads, to seize an opportunity for love. That's what that Knight of Cups wants to do. It's a big decision, Leo. Remember that you're getting in touch with your real self. You might need to focus a little bit more. At this time, you also know that it will take radical acceptance. You may need to make a sacrifice in order to move forward. It is a moment to see things for what they really are. Take the advice. You've got to be true to yourself at this moment. Watch out for power plays and refuse to take part. And yeah, this is exactly where you're supposed to be, apparently. Like, I don't know that you're comfortable staying inside a comfort zone, but you're there for a reason. Get in touch with what's making you feel this malaise and making you feel like it's difficult to see a truth or act upon a truth. Everything is up for reevaluation and review right now. Nobody said that was going to be easy. Look at those two. They're not sure how they feel. And adjustments are going to be required. You will need to refine an approach. It might not quite be the right time to do an about face, but be true to yourself. It's like one of those moments, right? It's one of those moments. Yeah, they're pulling back and they're telling me to stop. That was a deep dive. That was good. Thank you, Leo. All right, Leo.